Everybody, how's it going? Chase Jarvis here, your friendly photographer and director from just down the street in Seattle. And actually, I'm nowhere near Seattle right now. I am in Germany. I was in Berlin. Oh, I'm sorry, someone's vacuuming nearby me. um, I was in Berlin last couple of days, and I'm here crashing at Photokina. I don't do trade shows, but I am doing this one because I got a cool message to, I think, share with a lot of the folks that are in the photo industry, and I will share that with you guys later. But I'm here to talk about today. Gerard, you got that book nearby? This is 5 weeks out of the Seattle 100. I have exactly 18 minutes before I have to go on stage and do a little press thing here at Photokina. But remember this thing? Yep. Mm. Smells. Smells like fresh ink right there. It's beautiful. Thanks, buddy. I'm sitting in what's called my green room, but it's really a white room. All it's missing is the pads to keep me from going insane. There's my manager, Gerard. How's it going, buddy? My wife, Kate, was just back here a second ago. She's taken off. But let's get down to brass tacks and let you know, again, we're 5 weeks out on Seattle 100. I wanted to give you a breakdown, answer some of your questions from the past week about what we're doing heading into this book launch. So, where are we? This last week, before I went to Germany, it was a very busy week. The process, the launch stuff is really ramping up. McCall at our studio is really jamming on a lot of stuff. Mostly what's going on, it's kind of promo building in and around the actual launch day, which is Thursday, the 21st of October. Put on your calendar. Reminder that you actually can buy the book now at Amazon.com. You can search my name or Seattle 100 and it'll come up. I think you can also get it at Borders and Barnes & Noble. I think so, yeah. But the official launch date, this is, again, the first time I've ever kind of blogged or vlogged or done anything leading up to it. So that's basically the majority of what's going on right now back at the studio. I know that we got an advanced shipment of books from our publisher from China. The book was published in was printed in Hong Kong, so they sent those over. That's what the last week's video was. I'm holding up the book. This week was the mayor's office of Seattle had found out about the book, and so they reached out and requested a bunch of copies. So we gave a copy to the mayor, a copy to the governor of Washington, which is cool, and all of the city council members. So I think there's 12 of those city council members as well, and again with the goal of inspiring Seattle to take a look at itself and kind of be proud and be confident and then share more of the people that are in Seattle doing interesting things. So it's kind of weird that the book's already in the city government, and maybe that'll lead to some good things. So that happened this week. We also, before I left to Germany, I'll stop saying Germany like Germany from here on out, but we made a little video for Amazon and who else? You remember? I don't know. I think it might go out to some of the big stores. Basically, a little promo video that if you're on the Buy Here page, the publishers, in this case, our publisher Pearson Peachpit, requested that we did a little video, and it's very similar to this, just me sitting here talking about the book. So that went out this week. And I don't remember if I said this in the last video, so I'll break it down for you here now, which is we also did, in addition to the book and all of the ethnographic studies and everything that went into the book, I mentioned we're doing a website. I mentioned we're doing a gallery show. There's a lot of things that are going on around both those. But I don't remember if I mentioned that we've created a custom wine. That's right. We did a custom label wine, a Seattle 100 wine. We did, and this is in many ways it's a pet project in a way to make more money, earn more money for the charity that we're giving all of this to, forculture.org. But we've partnered with Tierra Blanca Winery and the Small Lot Co-op to bring Seattle and the Northwest 1,000 cases of Seattle 100 wine. One is a table wine. We actually blended the wine with the winemaker at my studio. It was an amazing, I think sorry, a little alarm popped up on my computer. It was an amazing experience with all the pipettes and different, it was a wonderful, wonderful day. And the goal is, again, we're going to get that wine out into the Northwest so that people can buy it and taste it. It's lovely. And then a couple bucks from each bottle goes to For Culture. So there's a lot of stuff going on with that. And we're also doing a Seattle 100 chocolate bar. If you can imagine. I don't know, it's cool, I think. It was really fun to find a couple of products that were ideal to help get the story of the book out there. Oh, I have to go. Bye.
Hello.
Hello. I got to get mic'd up. Sorry. I'll be back. Hello there, friends. I just rewatched the clip that you saw first, and I realized that I said I'll be right back, but I didn't know it was going to be a week later. I didn't know it was going to be a week later. But it is, and that's just an indication of what's been going on for me lately. It's been super busy, and I am right now on a plane headed to China. Actually, I'm headed to San Francisco and then over to China. But I needed to pick up and finish the video that I had started for you guys about Seattle 100 a week ago when I was in Germany, and kind of filling in all the stuff that's going on right now. It's super exciting around the Seattle 100. I feel like I gave you guys a brief about. I talked a little bit about the wine and chocolate. I talked about a little bit about what's going on. And since it's been a whole week, there's a bunch of new stuff going on. I'm going to try and bust through this pretty quickly, but in a way that keeps you informed as to what's going on. I may actually made some notes. I'm going to reference that right now. It's insane right now at the studio, mostly because we've got we're coordinating several things. One is the gallery show. It's one of the things I'm most excited about. We have selected how we're going to print the show, and D'Artagnan is now commenced printing back at the studio. We're printing on Epson. Really happy. We did some tests, and we were really happy with the quality we were able to get. So we're printing the whole show on Epson. Images are going to be 44 by 55. Which is, it's really big and bold portraits. So I'm very excited about that. That's going on. And then we have to hang the show. The show's going to be, in a pop-up gallery, which, if you don't know, a pop-up is kind of like something that's temporary. It's not in a particular gallery, but it's at our new location, which I will reveal closer to launch in the South Lake Union neighborhood of Seattle. And it's going to be the centerpiece of the City Arts Festival. So if you want to take a peek at cityartsfest.com, will be the centerpiece to that. But the gallery, right now, again, we're printing. We're laying out the show and where our pictures are going to hang and whatnot. How big, how many on a wall. And it's really, really fun. We're selecting all of the final images and the number of the edition. So how many of each image are we going to create, and we're working with some folks who are advising us on that right now, because it is a very large-scale project. There's over 300 photographs in the project, and so we were trying to find out which ones are going to be our kind of ones we put forward, and how many, and how big, and all that stuff. So a lot of work going on there. The other thing is, of course, there's a lot of promotion that's going on. Mostly in and around the publisher is responsible for that, but with regard to the book. So specifically, I mentioned we made a video last week for Amazon and I believe Barnes & Noble and Borders online. Most of what's going on with that stuff right now is we are making a couple more videos, but they are targeted at our website, the Seattle 100 website. We've been working with a company called The Super Formula. Amazing company. Check them out online. They did a bunch of stuff for Nike Plus. They did this great architects that I love, Olson Sundberg. It's been a dream working with those guys. The site is killer. It's a great integration of pictures and video and data.
I've just been informed that we'll be landing in approximately 30 minutes.
We're landing in 30 minutes.
As I mentioned earlier, if you're making connections,
bear with me just for a second here.
I'll be going through the connecting gate information. So if you'd like to pull out your ticket,
I have no idea how loud that is for you, but it's incredibly loud for me. I'm sorry.
Information shortly. According to the captain,
I'm just going to keep rolling.
Further vectoring or delays, we are going to arrive just about on time.
I can't. Sorry.
So again, if you're not familiar
we're making
with the San Francisco
a killer website. All of the Seattle 100 people, videos we've shot of them. There's the 2 pictures in the book. We're also showing like about 20 other pictures of all of the people and groups involved in the book. There's the things they like in and around Seattle. We're pulling on their Twitter feed live. A lot of stuff going on with that, and then we're making some videos for the website. So that's really what's going on our end of the promo, and on the publisher's end of the promo, I know that they are working with Amazon to do a special regionally based promotion where they can segment users from, say, like Portland up to Vancouver, BC, to get special targeted promos for the book. Another thing is I heard that the book is actually hitting warehouses on, I think, tomorrow, and it may even ship as soon as October 4th. So if you have pre-ordered, you're going to be getting your books basically 2 weeks before we thought you would get them, which is huge news. I don't want to be presumptuous, but I'm told it's going to sell out, and that there is a limited edition, limited number in this first print run for sure. I actually don't even remember. I think it's either 5 or 10,000, and they're expected to burn through those. So if you do want to get it, I would pre-order. It's $26 for a 10 by 10, 245 or 240 page hardback art book. That also can serve as a cultural study, an ethnography, a guidebook. So that's my 10-second pitch on picking it up, and hopefully it'll be available. And it's shipping in just a couple of days. I want to thank everybody out there. After the first announcement that I made, we became the #1 black and white photography book available on Amazon, #1 travel photography book on Amazon, and #9 digital photography book on Amazon. So that is specifically due to you folks out there, and a huge thanks. Reminder that 100% of the money that I would normally receive for this project is going to forculture.org. So back to what's going on in our world. Other stuff that we're doing for promotion is McCall at our studio normally reaches out to the press if we have something going on, but in this case they're reaching out to us, which is really cool, and that it doesn't always go down like that. And I realize if this is, if you're checking this out because you want to do a book, the press is likely not going to call you. You have to call them. We're only getting called because there's already a lot of hubbub around it, and we've done a couple projects before, so the press have heard about it. The TV, radio, local stations, NPR, print media, the Seattle Times did a great piece already. So that's happening right now, and you, if you're doing this, normally you'd be reaching out, and we've done it in the past, and it's really we have no PR people, no agents, no nothing. It's just pick up the phone, and it's way more interesting. Or send them an email and say, I have this project, I think it's cool, I hope you will too. So there's nothing magical there. I think the magic is really in having a good project. So with the wine and chocolate, that's been, again, super fun. I just riffed on that in the earlier video from Germany. What's going on right now is we've finalized the label. That's getting sent to the printer. The feds have approved it. It's either the feds or the state. I think it might be the state has approved it. They have to approve every label of every wine bottle, make sure it says all the right stuff and doesn't have any bad pictures or whatever. And that's really cool. Again, 1,000 cases of wine going to be available soon. McCall is organizing a tasting event for all the wine buyers in Northwest in coordination with the winery right now. They're going to come in and taste the wine and hopefully buy it up. That's the update right now. I'm going to try and do another update on a shorter window of time between the last one and this one, then this one and the next one, so that I can answer your questions directly.
they're still pouring in every day. But right now, I think that's the update. Told you about the gallery, what's going on there. Told you about the book and all the promo stuff that's going on there. And told you about the website, all of which should be live in a matter of a week or so. Again, I'm headed to China to sail through the South China Sea with Mike Horn for Panerai watches. Check that out. I'm a dirtbag, and I've all of a sudden got a super sweet watch, so it's been kind of fun. Pay attention if you can on the blog, and I hope you find this helpful and or fun. If you don't, tell me. If you do, tell me. And I can feel us tilting down, and the folks are looking at me strangely because I'm talking to myself on the plane. Anyway, thanks a lot for paying attention. Hope you guys have a great day, week, whatever, and stay tuned. Talk to you more soon. Stop.